You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't be no bitch ass dude. Be a player and try to make people happy where you go around. You know what I'm saying? And treat everybody respectfully. All right, here it goes. Respect will get you everything you ever dreamt.
You see I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin', Zone 3 section is God flow perfection. Hating on the church like I ain't blessed they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection. That's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish to look. It's chief, not lieutenant.
Try Bishop.
Another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. We got a legend in the building. A legend. These are like my favorite interviews to do too.
Yeah.
The legacy acts, man. We got Mike the Martyr in the building. I can't believe that we have not met before.
Yep.
Like that's wild to me that we've never
probably haven't
crossed
passed.
paths.
We probably haven't passing.
We've probably been in the same building multiple times and just haven't. Because I mean, I think about like the amount of Wiz shows I've been to, just Longdo shows in general. That
So we have there.
We definitely had.
Yeah.
We definitely had.
I was at all of them.
Yes. So we definitely had to have.
But I was younger back then.
Yeah.
So,
so was I. So was I.
For sure.
Well, let's get into it, man. Let's talk about. I want to talk. So I just learned that you're originally from Virginia.
Yeah, I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
Did not know that.
I'm from Oregon Hill. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Oregon Hill.
So you.
That's one of the illest neighborhoods there. You know what I'm saying? And the old Oregon Hill is what they call it too, because it got gentrified or something since I left.
Yeah.
But that's the reason I came up here, because it was a rough place. You know, like. A lot of bad stuff happened within my family, so my mom had to move here.
Okay. So what do you know the reason for why Minnesota was the choice?
Yeah, she knew somebody here.
Okay, she knew somebody here.
They paid for us to move here.
Got you.
Because we were poor.
Got you.
And she got beat real bad, you know what I'm saying? My mom did, so we had to go. She said, if we don't leave, she said, go tell your friends outside goodbye. Every time I open my door, there's 50 people outside. She said, your friends are outside, go say goodbye, get whatever you want, and we got to go. Because when he gets out of jail, he's going to kill me.
So it's just like that.
You know?
Pick your shit
That's
up.
That's why I came to Minneapolis, yeah.
And this is when you were like, what, 13?
Yep.
Damn, that's a hell of a time to be leaving, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn.
Definitely.
So you came here, and where, like, so what?
Which I'm so glad I came here. She knew that this was like a place that had like art stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I think that she was just like, he'll figure it out something maybe better there than in Richmond, Virginia.
So I assume at that point you were doing probably music and production and things like that.
Well, that's where I got exposed to hip hop at a very young age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had the Wu-Tang CD in '92 when it came out, and it sounded like a cartoon to me because all the ninja sound, and you know what I'm saying? So every time I opened my door, Reasonable Doubt, Outkast was the only music down there that felt like Southern music. Southern music used to be like Goody Mob and Outkast.
Yeah.
So the closest thing we had in Virginia at that time was Outkast.
Yep.
So the Outkast was going crazy, but it was real just East Coast stuff. But yeah. So that's how I got exposed. Wu-Tang was like my father because I didn't have one.
Man, that's what I say about Pac.
Yeah.
I say the same thing about Pac. Like
Tupac. Yeah.
Pac taught me more
Tupac,
about being a man than my father.
Tupac was my favorite rapper the day he died for years already.
Facts.
Well, because I was fairly young, so I had Me Against the World when it came out.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Top five.
That's why Tupac has a big inspiration for me of how everything, you know.
For sure. Likewise. Definitely. So at what point did you decide to
rap,
venture into doing music yourself?
So like I guess I started freestyling and stuff. It was up here. It was when I was 12. I recorded my first song when I was 12.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or 13, 12 or 13 on a tape, you know what I'm saying? And it was the first joint I ever rapped when I was 12.
What was the moniker then? That was before you.
I'm not sure. I don't even want to say. So I could tell you some of my first rap names, but they weren't dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And so when you got here, where were you? Were you Southside?
Yeah, for sure.
Straight to the South Side.
Yeah, it's Pleasant Avenue 26. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you were immediately.
But also check this out though. But also, I moved in all over other than Brooklyn Park, all these places too.
Yeah.
But I've been over South since I was a teenager, though, for sure.
So that's what you probably represent the most.
Yeah.
South
Definitely.
Side. Yeah, Lake Street.
For sure. And I like to, I put in the most work for the South Side. Anyway, because I produced the most hip hop albums out of anybody in Minnesota ever.
Ever? You know that for a fact?
Yep.
Wow.
For sure.
I'm not surprised by it.
The only other guys that could go close to me was a kid named Mike Fry, but he quit a while ago. He did stuff for Greg Reese and dudes like that.
Yep.
But didn't produce all that stuff. I got 20, 30, 40 rap albums and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you rap as well.
Yes.
So you produce for others and you produce for yourself.
Yep.
And you rap.
I have the most hip hop produced in Minnesota history, from my understanding. If somebody wants to put the numbers up against it, then run that. Yeah.
Try it. I dare you to
Yeah.
try it.
And
I
shout out
believe
to
you.
Ant, shout out to Mike Fry, and shout out to every other producer that's from around here too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I went in extra harder than everybody.
So at what point did you start to get recognized by other artists here in Minnesota? Was it pretty quick?
Well, so first of all, I was like trapping. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right when I got here, I was trapping and stuff like that. So I became friends with Fick. Fick was one of the dopest rapper from the South Side at that point.
Yep.
He was about to get signed by Rockefeller. He was friends with Freeway.
Yep.
So he introduced me to Freeway when I was 18. Freeway taught me how to roll a backward when I was 18.
Wow.
He's like, you gotta use the scissors. You gotta do Shout out to Freeway. Alhamdulillah.
Freeway impression.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Let's go get a smoothie. I was like, what is a smoothie? I asked Freeway, what is a smoothie? He said, it's the Jamba Juice.
Oh, that's
But
great.
so
Shout out
yeah.
to
So Fick gave me the name Mike the Martyr.
Yeah.
And Fick was a real dope rapper.
Hold on 1 second. Is that Freeway's connection to Rhymesayers?
Well, pretty much.
Because he's still.
That's the first time he came up here.
Okay.
And me and Fick, I taught Fick how to trap. He made enough money to bring Freeway up here, roughly something like that.
You taught Fick how to trap.
Yep,
You heard that? Y'all heard that?
I mean, he might have known a little something, but
That's still
he
crazy,
had never
though.
seen nothing like the way I was moving, and he was like, but also he taught me how to rap in the city and moved around. You know what I'm saying? So he introduced me to a kid named Maestro.
Okay.
And Maestro became my best friend. He put me on my first concerts and recorded me for free. He said, Mike, you dope. You'll never pay for studio time. Dope kids don't have to pay for studio time. So, but he's like, he had a HUD house on Larpenter in St. Paul. So, you know what I'm saying? And this is when I'm like young, super young. And he said, you got to come out here though every day. I went out there every day. So my first, some of my first fans were Shelby Sider, Crips and stuff like that.
Wow.
Like shout out Douchey Loke. He's like one of my first fans. Yeah.
So you're getting like ingratiated like right away.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
then, so then from there, he also so Maestro recorded for the Street Kings. He was their engineer.
Yep.
Like so, the Street Kings was the hardest group in Minnesota history, I would say. A lot of them went down 45 years. They sold 200 kilos allegedly, respectfully. Mm-hmm. But my friend from there, he got murdered. Rest in peace to Quincy Blue, B-Dot-C. You know what I'm saying?
R.I.P.
So they're like, yo, the Street Kings likes your music. I sent my first song. I was trying to be in the Street Kings. I said, you need a little player like me in that joint. And they said, Mike, keep writing, keep working. We like you. You're dope. From that point, like I had joints with Fick and stuff like that was my first songs, but they didn't really come out. So anyways, Street Kings, Quincy threw verses on my songs without asking one day. He's like, yo, Mike, he threw a verse on your joint. So I was like, what do I do? He's like, throw one back on his. So it's like through Fick, the Street Kings is how I started. And then I met Longdo from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the name Mike
the way that I met Longdo is Fick. I had a glass jar. This is like when Kind Bud came out was what we used to call it.
Yep.
It went from Reggie to Kind Bud.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? So
I was there. I saw it all go down.
Yeah.
I remember.
You know, we talking about it, right? This is what I saw the Tony Bones interviews. Like, we getting, this shit for the hood.
Tony cut open a vein, man. He talked. I didn't know he was going to say
boy.
none of that shit.
Tony Bones was my best friend for a long time. Tony Bones and Eli grew up. I'm with Eli here today. He's Big Zach's brother. Shout out to Eli.
Yep.
And that's one of Tony Bones' best friends are coming up. They were going crazy back in the day. So,
Yep.
But I showed Fick a glass jar of weed of Kind Bud. He was looking at it like it was some alien shit. I said, you never seen this before? He said, nah. He said, then he goes, them white boys. I said, which ones? He said, the ones we did the show with the other day. I said, Tony Bones with Big Wiz? He said, you should hit them up. They'll fuck with you. You should hit them up. They be trapping too like that. And then, so me and them was the only ones that was with the Piff back in the day.
Yeah.
Super Piff. And that's how I met Longdo, because Fick told me to.
Wow.
Yeah. I had met them once or twice randomly, but so I hit up Wiz and I said, Wiz, I'll smoke you out, kid, on MySpace. And he said, pull up, let's smoke. Then
You get them?
Yeah.
You get them
maybe at the time. Well, I always had new flavors that they didn't have because I had an exclusive plug.
Yeah.
And they had to be honest, it was an even trade.
It was even?
Yeah, it was an even trade.
All right.
For
sure. So you're working with Street Kings and you're connected with Longdo. And really at the time, like that was the peak.
About what was going on at the time, other than
Rhymesayers.
I mean, so I know you guys talk about Rhymesayers at the time. When at that point in time, they weren't letting a lot of shit go up through there, and it wasn't their fault. It was like they were, but I don't think it was just like we were all trying to figure out. We don't rap like that per se.
I mean, I'm gonna hold them accountable.
We're street kings.
It was their fault.
we're street kids. You know what I'm saying? So we're from the struggles.
But that's where we're
Not
that's where hip hop.
And not to
comes
say
from.
that they're not. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll get into that. I'm
Yeah.
super down to get into that whole shit a little bit too. But at the time, it was hard for us to get a look. Anybody, kind of. Motherfuckers like, local little shit.
Yeah.
But in the city, we had it popping. Like, Longdo's shows was always lit, you know what I'm saying? Like, the shows that we had were popping, but it was hard for us to break out of anything at that time.
Yeah.
Man, because a lot of it had to do with they were scared of us because we were street kids and
Yep.
shit. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, I used to be hella more different, crazier. Music helped me tone it, like, figure out life more.
It helped you find,
And
gave you a place to channel it through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Longdo, same with all of us. Like, back in the day, it was harder, so.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't want to get too far away from it, but I do feel like
From that-
and obviously I know you've been here, like you just basically said, like pretty much from the culmination, from the really the kind of the beginning of
97,
the
96.
of when hip hop sort of touched Minnesota. I mean, obviously there was people before that did a little bit, here and there, but like that's when there was a foundation kind of starting to be created.
Other than Rhymesayers.
And
which starts actually as Headshots.
Yeah.
And Headshots was the first like idea from St. Paul, and it was Glow Pesci and the Abstract Pack, and it was a rapper Sess from here. They were together. It was one big thing, and it was called Headshots.
Yep.
But they all got into it. You know what I'm saying? And then Sess died. Sess was the best rapper as far as respectfully, allegedly, as much as I know, and what we always heard. There's a kid named Sess, and I have a song called Sess is the Best because I was on acid at a party one time with my man Franz, and the police busted in. And shit, and I was like, "Let's go run to my house." First of all, we were tripping on acid, and I said, "Have you ever heard about Sess?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What? Did you hear he was the best?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Me too." Right? Then the police busted in, so I'm like, "Let's go make a song about Sess." So I called all the big homies.
Logical.
We never met him. We're younger. Yeah. What happened was he got into a car accident the same week that Rhymesayers got started. He was going to be the first artist. He was the hardest kid. He's from St. Paul. He went to he didn't go to Central. He went to Highland, but he would go to Central and kill everybody. The kid Sess was Idea's big homie, and that's where Idea got his whole shit from. I mean, in a good way. Like, that's where he learned.
Did he rap like Idea?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Okay. From my understanding.
Got you.
And he was in Headshot, but he died, and then from my understanding, they kind of broke apart. And so, yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Rest in Peace Sess, and shout out to everybody from Headshots.
History lessons.
Yeah.
So I am curious about you.
So, okay, my fault. So that's kind of where Minneapolis hip hop starts in a roundabout way. There was the IRM crew. There was kids in like 1980s like figuring it out, but the Headshots was all this first dope rappers that came together. Yeah. And supposedly Sess was the first one that was the best.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. So I'm curious about like, we had fairly recently all the blow up about all the allegations and the shit that happened with Rhymesayers and then the Prof getting dropped from the label and all kinds, just all the wild shit going on.
Yep.
And that sort of started like a flood of
cancellations and cancel culture.
Yeah.
And rappers quitting and a lot of people where they at now.
And also I think it was like it was like a chink in the armor.
It was. You know why? So check us out.
So it gave people an opportunity to say their real feelings.
I never got called out. You know why? Because I cared about this so much. I always respected women so much. Yeah. I respect everything the proper way that you should if you're going to represent hip-hop properly. Yeah. So, it was a chink in the armor of.
And I think that opened up Rhymesayers to other criticism.
Yeah.
That's when people started to go, you know what? Yeah, kind of fuck them. Like, they've been holding us back. They've been hurting us. It kind of opened, you know what I mean? It opened up. It was open season on them.
So the one thing I'll say about that, I guess, because I watch a lot of these interviews, and with my homies, the ones that are dope, like, so. But one thing about it is, I think that yes, that happened at that time, which is a recent time. Yep. But when I started, like they were paying for homies' funerals in the hood.
Okay.
Gangsters and shit.
Okay.
They were hitting me up saying, Mike, I want to pay for your man's funeral bills. I mean, I want to pay for your man's medical bills. You know what I'm saying? And Slug calling me, and just because it's my man's, and he's helping in the hood. You know, I've seen smiles this big on faces because dudes didn't have money to pay for medical bills or funerals, and they were doing that. Like, there's 3 owners of Rhymesayers, and I'm just going to Slug and my man Musab and Sadiq.
Yep.
And Musab gave me Shahada, which made me a Muslim. So at the time...
Musab and Sadiq, both black men, by the way.
So is Slug. Slug's father is black.
What?
I respectfully, and I hope that doesn't, but yes. So...
Yo, you just dropped a bomb.
Yes, sir. For sure. I'm glad I did that on God. He told me that.
That's for real?
For real. Yeah. Slug is, yeah, on God. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Slug's the original Logic?
No. Hell nah. Slug would punch Logic in his face. Slug would DDT Logic or battle him. Hell nah.
Wow.
So the thing about them too, you know, they had it kind of hard. Like they had to battle. They went to Cali, New York. They battled everybody from every city to get on first. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a battle rap community first, like early on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like those guys were freestyle barbarians. You know what I'm saying? So who did you say? Logic? Jesus Christ, no. Slug would toast him and ghost him. And Logic, I'm sure he.
I just meant the first white rapper that isn't actually white that can't say the N-word because he looks too white.
Who?
Logic.
Oh yeah.
Turns out
Slug's
the first one.
Yeah, but
I had no idea.
He could have said it if he wanted to.
That's what I'm saying.
But
that's crazy though.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, definitely. I punch on dudes for saying that N-word too. Just to let you know, like we don't play that over style.
Yeah, no.
Because I never said it. I never had to say it.
Never once?
Nah,
me neither.
So
people don't believe me when I say it. I've never once uttered that word. Not even singing a song.
Yeah,
it's not hard.
Not in rap songs.
It's not hard to edit yourself.
Especially not in a rap song.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Even singing along at a concert.
That sing along song. Yeah.
Nothing.
Nope.
Yep. Never.
Nope.
That's good. But yeah. So okay. Wow.
Yeah.
See, this is part of why I love doing the show.
I wanted to say
I'm learning shit. So I did not know.
So you said we were talking about a time frame now where it's like that call out shit happened. They're looking real bad in the hood. But at one point in time, when I first came here, I was in a group home. You know what I'm saying? Some kids were talking about Rhymesayers, and I said, have any of y'all ever met them? We are sitting in a group home right now. We're from the hood. What are they doing anything for us? Can you name me one rap they have? I was rapping in the group home for dudes, but I didn't know much about them because I came right from the East Coast. Yeah. And I didn't understand either. But
so they were speaking positively about, and you were saying fuck them because they're not helping us.
They were just like, have you heard of them? And And I just was like, are they for the hood or not? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But I was very young, 13, 14, and as soon as I got older, as soon as I put some work in, you know what I'm saying? They have done a lot for the hood, and I think that so at one point in time they were trying to figure it out too. Like they helped me do shit. They were trying to help a lot of artists, but it's now they're kind of shut down. The operation shut down. It might seem more gatekeeping now.
Is it shut down? They just I think they just dropped a project.
Well, Fifth Element is shut.
That's true.
So a lot of the a lot of the things that were in place aren't in place anymore.
Yeah.
I Self Divine left. Idea's dead. Prof's gone. Which he would, you know what I'm saying? It's just like all messed up for the most part. But from Atmosphere, Musab, I always love Musab. He just done a lot. Musab is a gangster from the hood. So they weren't always like that. I thought the same shit when I was young, and they did a lot of shit for me. And I've seen them do a lot for a lot of people. So, yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah. I'm glad you're saying this stuff because I didn't know this, and I'm guessing lots of people who watch this don't know that either.
Yeah.
So that's good. That is good to know.
There's a long list of stuff I could say, but I just I would like to just definitely represent and say one of the reasons of the gatekeeping things like Cass wasn't putting in enough work, or like nowadays dudes is too young to know what happened back then. You know what I'm saying? But like Tony Bones and Big Wiz didn't really get along with them that well. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they picked me out and they smoothed that out super hard. They're like, "Will you bring Tony Bones and Big Wiz to my video shoot?" He said that. Slug called me one time, and I'm like, "For sure." So they were trying to, you know what I'm saying? They weren't like, fuck all y'all and holding us out from shit. They were giving the Street Kings. Every time Rhymesayers had a show, I saw a fucking table that had a Street Kings VIP shit on it. I never even seen a VIP shit at a motherfucking Rhymesayers show. It said, this table's for the Street Kings, but they wouldn't be there. Something with you feel me? Like, so they were trying to figure it out, but
Okay.
Mostly,
This is good. This is good information. This is part of why I wanted to have you
and
here.
I would like to
Glad.
say, if the illest motherfucker in the world comes out right now, they're gonna try to do what they can.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Slug should come sit with me. I wish he would.
He will.
I really wish he would come sit with me.
He will.
I think we would probably find common
He
ground.
will. Slug's a real one.
Because I've been, like you said, you've watched. I've been openly critical.
Yeah.
But that's just me being honest.
Yeah.
It's not me. It's not personal. I don't hate. I don't know Slug, so I can't hate him.
And it's perspective based.
Yeah,
like that's
exactly.
Because of times and just stuff. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know about these stories.
Yeah.
We don't go around saying all the shit that people do for us. That's not.
And truth be told, it's dope. Actually, obviously, I have to assume what you're saying is true. I don't know for a fact, but I believe you.
I put that on everything.
I believe you, but
Yeah.
it is dope that this is happening, and he's not out here taking credit for it.
Yeah.
Constantly on no, look what I did. Here's what I did.
Because
that means he's not doing it for the credit.
in Islam, if you go around bragging about what you do for a man, I did this for that man, I did this for this man,
Yeah.
then that's your reward.
For sure.
You better keep bragging about that. You're not gonna get Allah's reward for actually helping people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And that's a lesson that Eli taught me, Zach's brothers.
Yeah. That makes sense.
We never brag about what we do for people. You know what I'm saying?
Slug, come sit with me, man. I would love.
Yeah,
I would
shout
love to
out
have that
Slug.
conversation.
That's my boy. He will.
I would love to. So, moving forward, so one thing that you told me off mic, talk to me about this Nipsey Hussle experience.
All right, cool. Well, I guess I got to start it this way. So my first favorite rapper is Nas. You know what I'm saying? I guess I got a Nas shirt on,
Yes,
so
you
that
do.
works out well. Nas, Cormega. Cormega puts on a dude named the Jacka. So through listening to their music, I hear this dude, the Jacka, because Jacka, Cormega, best friends. Before I ever made a rap song or made a rap beat, Jacka was my favorite rapper. I didn't know how to work nothing. I put out a Jacka mixtape because there was no Jacka mixtapes online. It's called Young Hyenas, you know.
So you made your own Jacka mixtape.
Yeah, and I cut out all the whack dudes off the songs. It's like it's like 49 tracks and stuff, right? It's still online. Young Hyenas, the Jacka. So, okay, through that, then I start rapping and stuff. But the Jacka's my favorite rapper because he was just how he was, you know. So through that, I ended up working with the Jacka before may he rest in peace. May Allah be pleased with him. And I worked for his whole record label, you know what I'm saying? So I like to, first of all, I would like to tell kids or anybody who's young making music, like, set your sights high for who you want. I tell people that Allen Kingdom's favorite rapper was Kanye. He got to work with him.
He did.
My favorite rapper was the Jacka. I got to work with them. So set your sights high, and this is a magical world. If you hold it down the right way, it will happen for you. But so without you even knowing, it might. But so after the Jacka died, one of his artists, his name is A1. He's from San Francisco.
Okay.
We're making songs on 38th in Chicago. I helped build a studio down there. And all right, so you want to hear it the ill way?
Yes.
So it's like, all right, I used to sell weed to Mod Son, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Mod Son isn't from the hood, but he moved over south for a little while, and he tried to like be friends with me and Meta hella hard, like to, which I'm like, cause he didn't keep it friendship, so obviously it was for ulterior motives or something. One day, but he always used to teach me about Pro Tools, and Mod Son did teach me cool stuff about Pro Tools. I can't remember any of it now, but he used to teach me nerdy ass shit.
Okay.
So he tried to give me these plugins and shit, and on the flash drive it said Nipsey Hussle session. I remember him having a song with Nipsey, and he told me, I don't even know who Nipsey was. My manager said it was a good move, something like that, right? And it was produced by Static Selector. So I took the session, and I didn't think much about it.
Whoa.
I didn't take the plugins he gave me.
So Mod Son had a song
With Nipsey,
Nipsey,
because he had money.
produced by
He
Static
had an
Selector.
investor who was just, yes. And shout out to Static Selector.
And it was unreleased?
It came out on his first mixtape.
So it's available.
Yeah. And there's a part on there that Nipsey, that Mod Son didn't use.
Okay.
When I pulled the session up, you know, I was going to take Static Selector's drums off of it.
Okay.
Because I'm a producer, I collect drums. And I was just going to take the Nipsey acapella and whatever I wanted to do with it at that point. Because Mod Son had kind of went bad in the city. You know, he's never around. He doesn't come back here. He's from Bloomington, drummer, whatever it was.
Another guy I'd like to sit with.
Yeah, someone that just didn't hold it down properly. So then I'm like, I'll run his shit for sure. But so there's a part of Nipsey's verse that he didn't use. So I'm like, ooh, unreleased Nipsey verse. I didn't think anything of it. I bounced it down and I held it. So when Jacka died, A1 is on 38th in Chicago, and he's playing me 2 songs he has with Nipsey that's unreleased. And he said, when Jacka died, Nipsey took us in, because Jacka and Nipsey were real good friends. So I said, I stole a verse from this punk ass kid, and you want to use it or whatever. He said, I'll call Nip right now. So he calls Nip. It doesn't even ring hardly once, you know what I'm saying? He's sitting closer than me and my man are sitting closer than we are, you know what I'm saying?
What year is this?
It's about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It's about the year he died, like early in that year.
Wow.
Yeah. So he calls Nipsey, and he's staring at me while he's calling Nipsey, right? So I didn't like this that much because he said, yo, my little white boy homie stole it first, something like that. I was like, what? I was like, don't even talk about me like that. But it's right. So then he goes, yeah, all right. He's looking at me. He puts the phone down like this. He goes, Nip wants to know, can you beat up the dude you took the verse from? And I heard him loud and clear, but I wanted him to repeat it. So I said, what? He said, Nip wants to know, can you beat up the dude you took the verse from? And I said like this. I said, oh, for sure. And he said, oh, for sure. And he said, all right, cuz, I love you, cuz. He said, Nip said, pull it up.
Oh, shit.
And we ran it, and it's out right now.
Where can I find it at?
It's on Thizzler.net. Thizzler.com is a Bay Area site. You know, it's A1 with Nipsey. You know.
Mod ever question you on this?
Oh man, I wish he would. You know.
That's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. You said, can you beat up the guy you stole it from?
And that's a theory in life that a lot of us have in the hood now. Can you beat up the dude you took the shit from, or if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something I say in the hood. I ain't never robbed no gangster. You gotta deal with that for the rest of your life, man.
That's great. That's great. Okay, so
rest in peace Nipsey, rest in peace to Jacka.
For sure. Rest in peace to both.
The biggest music I ever did was with the Bay Area dudes, the Jacka, Joe Blow. Joe Blow's a very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I had to cuss out Joe Blow to get the first to work with them originally. I'm like, why don't y'all fuck with my beats? He's like, send me some.
The Jacka always had a connection to Minneapolis.
No.
Well, not always, but...
So I went to the first Jacka show here. It was at Aqua. It's the only time I ever went to Aqua. Because I don't fuck with Aqua or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We're from the hood. Yeah. It was Jacka and Burner. Nobody knew Burner at all. Jacka put Burner on super hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, no, he did always have a connection, and it's a mob. It's just being a gangster.
Yeah.
Like Northside and like trapping and shit. But it wasn't a musical connection. And until I started producing for them.
So you kind of created that the musical connection.
Yeah. Because I produced for them for free. I think other guys here had to pay them to hang out and shit. And I mean, like Joe Blow told me one time, he said, Mike, please stay with me the whole time. And I was like, I got you. He said, the same dudes that tried to bring him here would be like leaders of the gangs and shit, would try to out-gangster him. You know, why he's dolo, you know what I'm saying? So I used to have to hang out behind him with the big old thing on my waist, about to knock something down for him, you know what I'm saying? Because, so rest in peace to the Jacka, for sure. Shout out Joe Blow.
For sure.
But that's the biggest music I did, like numbers-wise on YouTube and shit.
What were the numbers?
Well, all of it is millions, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's one Joe Blow's with 500,000-600,000, and they did videos for him. You know, I got 20 songs with Joe Blow. So,
wow.
I got one song with the Jacka though, and I met the Jacka. Well, I met the Jacka twice, but he had a show at the Ras Lounge right before he died, which is on West 7th Street at it's an Ethiopian restaurant. And I forget the Tycoon kids went on first. A big ass fight happened, you know what I'm saying? But I brought a beat CD. Something I would like to say on here too, like I'm from the era of the beat CD. You fucking burn 30 beats on that shit, you go find that rapper, you give it to him, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, motherfuckers don't even have CD players.
Yeah, they don't.
How it produced, now you gotta be like, take my email, sound like a bitch kind of. It's like that beat CD, you look at the man in his eyes and give him that beat CD. But so when I met the Jacka at the Ras Lounge on West 7th, I told him I produced the Young Hyenas mixtape I told you about. He said, no, you didn't.
So he knew about it?
Yes, he said he just got a big record deal. No. He said, we just got a big record deal in New York, and they played that, and we didn't know who made it, right? And I said, I produced with Joe Blow, He gave me out, he said he knew who I was. He took my beat CD, and he said, if it's dope, I promise I'll do it. And he died roughly that week or something, and he did it. You know what I'm saying? He did the beat for me, you know.
Oh, he did do it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And I asked his manager, I said, do you think he did it? He told me, and he goes, Mike, I'm not sure. 3 years later. One of the worst days I ever had in my life, like I fucking crashed his car, I totaled my whip, I had a nice truck, and shit, I woke up the next morning, my phone beeped, and I hit the play, and it was the Jacka song that I did.
Wow.
And he did do it, yeah. And that shit went like, something on Billboard, that shit charted and shit. And so.
Wow, that's a crazy moment.
Yeah.
Going from not sure, and he's gone.
Going from being my favorite rapper as a child, and it's called They'll Still Forget You, the song I produced. It said, no matter how long you reign, one day they'll still forget you.
Do you still have unreleased music with him?
Not with the Jacka. With Joe Blow, I do like rest in peace to Young Taze. My homie Young Taze from South Made.
He just passed, right?
Yeah. So he was one of the only ones that was in the mob with me and him. Like Young Taze was a gangster, but he's also very smooth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He would always be like, "Come hang out with me in St. Paul, Mike." And I'm like, yeah. But so I had to produce at Arnella's. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever heard of Arnella's? Arnella's was hard body like a motherfucker. That shit was on University, and it was a gangster ass club. You know what I'm saying? And so Joe Blow, but Young Taze came in. He said, "Mike, I'll run this bitch." He ordered like 10 bottles. He said, and then he looked around. He said, "Mike, should I go get the Swammy out the car?" And I said, "Yeah." But so Young Taze, when I pulled his name up, Young Taze had unreleased music with Joe Blow. Yes, I still have unreleased music with all of them except the Jacka though.
Okay, got you. You also have a George Floyd story.
Rest in peace to Young Taze.
For sure. R.I.P. to him.
So yeah, George Floyd. So George Floyd, I got a couple of them, I guess, because like Maria Issa, like he used to be a security guard at Conga, and he was a security guard at El Nuevo Rodeo and at T's place, I think, right? So and not only would he do that though, a lot of security guards are hoe ass dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They try to fuck with you, and, you know what I'm saying? We never went for that shit at all. George Floyd would be like, "Hey, how's it going?" So he would help all my friends with their musical equipment, take it out. So I can't remember all the times I met George Floyd except the last time. And my friends at Palmer's, they'd be like, "Yo, Mike, you got to meet George."
So you had regular interaction with him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. But the one that I can totally remember about the week that he died, my friends at Palmer's kept saying, Palmer's is on the West Bank, you know what I'm saying? We're West Bank, Cedar-Side, Riversiders. So we're on the West Bank. My mans kept saying, "Yo, you got to meet George. You got to meet George. You got to meet George." I'm like, "Who the fuck is George?" You know what I'm saying? He used to rap back in the day is what they kept telling me. I didn't know he's in a Screwed Up clique.
Yeah.
I didn't know he's DJ Screw's best friend.
Yeah.
So I'm in the bathroom, and I'm in the bathroom at Palmer's and small as fuck. And they said, "Yo, Mike, this is George."
not in the bathroom.
Yeah. So not loud. I didn't know what else to do. So I said, "George, put your hand out." And it's one of my favorite moves for life. I said, "Put your hand out," and I gave him hella weed. You feel me?
Okay.
And I said, "I'm Mike the Martyr. Nice to meet you." And
Wow.
Yes. Oh, God.
Damn. And that was the week that he passed?
Yeah, something like that.
Ugh.
And then so when I lived on that block when that happened, where the precinct burns down. I lived 2 blocks away from there in Seward by Matthews Park. But so my man Elton is the only man above 40 years old, 45, 50 that speaks to me. You know, I don't have any family at all. So Elton's my OG, and he's a legend from over south. And he's from New Orleans. He talks like this. You know, he rolls up on his bike and he goes, "Ding, ding." The day that it's happening, right? I said, "Elton, was that our boy George from Palmer's?" He goes, "You bet your ass it was."
Oh, no.
And it goes from there, yeah. For sure. I would like to shout out Lil Chief, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was out there during the riots. And so was Mayhem,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And the cats I saw out there meant a lot. Mayhem was out there thugging.
Yeah.
For sure. I love Mayhem. Shout out to Mayhem.
It was a wild time.
Yeah, it was fucked up for sure. But
I think about this a lot though. Like, what changed?
Well, you know what? They rebuilt the Target, but did they help rebuild our minds of how we all got PSD?
That's what I'm saying.
We all Southside cats right around there. We're never gonna go back. I mean, like that shit made us, or it either brought out the old fucked up shit out of us, or it just fucked us up a little more.
Yeah.
But I feel like God wanted some people there, and He didn't want some people there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, you're probably right.
And
so
but rest in peace, George Floyd, for sure.
Yeah.
And like, so what was that question you just asked about rebuild?
Well, what I said was, what did it like?
Oh, do you think anything changed?
Yeah, like what?
Well, at least there's less cops over south.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
I never see cops over here. Like,
at least they got shitted on. You feel me? They had to put the white flag up and got the fuck up out of there.
That's a fact.
Shit,
You're right.
Know? At least some shit happened. Derek Chauvin put the gun in my face. I guess I got to tell this too. This is a hip hop story.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, Meta, Baby Shell.
Hold on, say that again though.
Check this story out. Meta, Baby Shell, all kind of shit, right? So I'm like, y'all.
So you, Minnesota,
Baby Shell, and my man Left Field, I think.
Lefty, okay.
Lefty's doing 15 years in the Feds. Shout out Free Left Field.
He's gone now?
Left Field is.
Damn, I wonder what happened to him. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we're standing outside this party, you know what I'm saying? I think Bobby Raps was inside her tip and shit, and I knew where the party was. When we get there, it's right downtown. We're across the street from Nicolette Diner. So we're waiting by the door. All of a sudden, the police pull up on us, pull out the strap for nothing, you know what I'm saying? And Meta starts spazzing on them, because this is right at the time of the 3rd precinct.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So he starts yelling, he starts tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck y'all. Y'all killed the homie over on the north side. Whoop-de-whoop. But I had an ounce of weed stuffed in my nuts.
So you were like...
So I said, stop, Meta, stop. You know what I'm saying? Stop, Meta, chill. He said, nah, fuck this. So Derek Chauvin grabbed him, hit him on the ground, stomping on his neck. I said, stop doing that to my homie. He pulled out the strap on me. He put it in my face. Then I said, please don't shoot me. And he aimed it at my dick. And a motherfucking, like a big-ass Puerto Rican cop tackled me hella hard, like a football player. Out of nowhere, this all happens fast as shit, but I'll never forget Derek Chauvin. The Puerto Rican cop looked like Razor Ramon, the wrestler. So I'm on the ground. I said, did you just tackle me because he was about to shoot me? He said, yes. I said, then you better get us up, get my fucking friend up out of there.
So he was trying to help you.
Meta was in the cop car. Baby Shell had a fucking warrant from the res. I got both of them up out that bit jam.
Can they serve that? They can't serve that, can they?
They were trying to.
I don't think
they had him hemmed up.
Damn.
And yeah, they can. They could send him as back up there or something.
That's true.
So I said, get my friends out the gym. You have to. He said, I'm so sorry, I will. That cop, I guess he did a decent move because of Derek Chauvin. He knew.
Yo, think about that, though.
This was about 2 years before.
His move, that means that dude probably just as afraid of his partner as y'all were.
That's why, exactly. I said, did you just do that because he was about to shoot me? He said, yes, I'm so sorry. How long do you think Derek Chauvin's been doing that shit to people?
Man, a long fucking time.
Yeah.
You can see it in his fucking face.
The Puerto Rican cop came back over to me. And man, my shit smelled like, my shit smelled like the piff. You know what I'm saying? My shit smelled like OG. But he said, all of y'all just got to go a different way and meet over there. And the cop let us out because Derek Chauvin almost clapped me. And he was stomping Meta's neck out. And I hit Meta up. I said, you remember that? That was Derek Chauvin. I'll never forget his face because I never forget a man's face that pulls a gun on me.
Did he remember?
He said, I don't remember it being him exactly, but I remember that. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, I didn't know that was Derek Chauvin because he was on the ground getting his shit like that, getting stomped on, you know what I'm saying? And I said, please stop doing that to my homie. And then he pulled out on me hella hard, and he was stomping Meta out wild. So fuck Derek Chauvin.
Yeah, fuck Derek Chauvin. Yeah.
Hope you eating hella dick in jail.
And all the other cops that were standing there watching him do that shit.
For sure.
Too.
I mean,
And I guess kind of shout out to that other cop that tackled you.
I guess.
Kinda,
hey, shout out to Razor Ramon. At least he didn't give me the razor's edge.
Yeah, god damn. That is fucking wild. So let's go current. What are you doing nowadays?
I just put out an album called The Hidden Corner Store. I'd like to say shit. As far as like South Side shit and hip hop, the way that I do it and the way that the tradition of hip hop taught to me by AG from Showbiz and AG.
Yep.
I got the illest album of the summer. Someone else got a bust on from the South Side.
Okay.
One thing
Tie Stick?
Tie Stick's hard as fuck. Yeah, but definitely. But I guess I'm saying like he's a younger rapper that raps like trappy shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I guess I'm talking about soul samples, like punchlines, metaphors, stories.
Yep.
Like Tie Stick's hard as fuck.
Yeah.
He just has Sully Rue on the motherfucking counter.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? Joe Blow and the Mob. Yep. Mozzie was Joe Blow's first artist. So I went up to 30.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow.
Nah, Tie Stick's hard. Shout out to Sir, my boy Sir, HOD. You know what I'm saying? Sir is the Cuddy, and Ty Stick's been sending us songs. And we got love for Ty Stick in the hood for sure.
For sure.
I'm HOD Martyr. Shout out to Sir.
For sure.
The whole HOD holds
So you dropped the project, Hidden Corner Store. It's out. Is it out everywhere?
Yeah, Slugs on that bitch repping for the South Side.
Okay.
You feel me? But
It's out everywhere?
Nah, it's just on YouTube right now.
Just on YouTube? Okay.
Yeah, because I had to put it out right before I moved. I didn't put it on DistroKid yet, but shit's slamming. I produced the whole thing and stuff. I just produced T. LaShawn's album. You know what I'm saying? I've been Lady Midnight's new single, Arms Around Me. I just did a project with Sophia Ayres called Purple Power Rangers.
Is that out?
Yeah, the Purple Power Ranger mixtape's out. It's called Hard Body.
She talked about it.
She came here. She was so excited to come here and shit.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, these dudes, they're going to...
She hit you?
I mean, she's my best friend.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, definitely. I was with her the day, and I was like, I was like, that's just hard. Tell them to let me represent for me.
She did the background check?
Yeah, she ran the resume. She ran the resume.
That's smart. That's
big up Sophia Ayres.
She's amazing. She's incredible.
Yeah, definitely. I came up with them and Lizzo. Yep. Me and Lizzo did hella shows together on the West Bank and smacked drunk. Lizzo smoked 12 blunts with me because I tried to smoke her out. I sorry, respectfully, allegedly. Yeah. But they was around for them around the way, just to represent for them.
So, what are your thoughts as a kind of an OG on the scene? Like, what are your thoughts on the music scene?
What's happening right now?
Yeah.
Well, I think Lil James is going crazy. Lil James is one of my favorite rappers. Bands Up Dip.
Okay.
Those are two of my favorite rappers right now.
Yeah, for sure.
We used to say this over South. Like
James don't drop enough, but it's hard.
Well, yeah.
And I love he's
but hopefully,
he's just a fun guy to be around.
yeah. Shout out my boy Evan from the north side. You know, I live in the Lowe's right now.
Okay.
Well, I live on Little James's block, like,
Okay.
and he's the man of that bitch. I be hearing crazy stories. And his brother Lulu is my homie. Shout out to Jim Kang. Lulu. He's one of the best singers I've ever heard.
Yep.
So anyways,
people keep telling me people keep telling me if you have fun talking to James, get Lulu up here. You're gonna have even more fun.
I was with him last night. He said, Mike, he said, I don't even want to do it because I'm gonna go crazy and shit on everybody and do
That's what we want.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on up here, Lulu.
Come on, Lulu. That's one of my best friends, and I love
that
since for like 20 years. That's my homie, man.
For sure.
Lulu got hands and shit. He G-checked the shit out someone last night. But I was about to dog him out. I was about to dog out any fucking with Lulu. I tried to hop out the car. Lulu hit the door shut on me because he knew what I was gonna do. But I love Lulu, and Little James is one of my favorite rappers and bands up there. We used to say this on the South Side, like theoretically, the best rappers from here should be coming from the North Side because the struggle is harder there a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And it took them a while to figure it out. Now all the dopest rappers are coming from the North Side. They got guns. They're tripping. You feel me?
I mean, it seems
and the music
way.
changed to a point where it's more conducive for North Side rappers.
For sure.
And I'm feeling that shit hella hard.
Yeah.
I really like Lil James. I really like bands up there.
Give me a top 5 current Minnesota rappers.
I'll tell you. Well, one thing. I guess I'm gonna say this about Mount Rushmore.
Okay. Let's talk about
All
it.
right.
Which one we talking South Side, North Side? Which one we doing?
Well, we're talking about just Mount Rushmore, the mountain.
Just in general.
First,
Because we did a South Side and a North Side.
Yes.
And a St. Paul.
So just in general.
Okay.
Mount Rushmore was a mountain that the Native Americans held highly. You know what I'm saying? Some of my best friends, shout out to Charlie. Some of my best friends are Anishinaabe and Ojibwe and Native Americans from here.
Yep.
So America put those faces on there to spite the natives.
Yes.
Those faces weren't even supposed to be on there like that.
Partially why I love replacing them.
And we don't respect Mount Rushmore as a thing at all.
Yeah.
Like in the hood, Mount Rushmore, they're gonna knock that shit down one day. The natives are.
Yeah.
They're gonna blow it up.
Yes.
So
As they should.
I'll just tell you my top 5 Southside shit just to run it.
That's cool.
Slug, Musab, Muja. Since y'all said he's a Southside.
I don't know where Muja's from.
Musab.
Muja, South Side, North Side,
he's
and
kind of
Brooklyn
okay. Like if you guys, one time my man, he called me. He's a Crip. He said, "Man, I brought Muja to the North Side back in '82." So Muja kind of came to the North Side to the South Side, and he's official. So I would say Slug, Musab, Muja, I Self Divine, and Big Zach.
Okay.
And Prof will be somewhere down in a shithole somewhere.
Oh shit.
As far as a comparison to those men,
You don't fuck with Prof?
I don't. I mean, I
need Prof.
I
need Prof to come sit right there, but he never will.
I'm not gonna shit on him hella hard, but he just dissed Big Zach. That wasn't a smooth move. You know.
Where'd he diss him at?
Oh, he never. I mean, like he never.
Song?
Check this out. He never came outside on the South Side and partied with us ever, or was never around. So we'll put it that way. He always told me I'm his favorite rapper. Prof did, so shout out. Thanks for that.
I'll give him this. He's got them ones on tour with him right now.
He don't got them ones though.
I don't know about that, but I know that he's got Prince Riley, Mac Turner,
which I like now. Yeah,
Huncho,
and he's fucking with
Tay
Mayhem
Supreme.
now. He's fucking with John Ray and shit. No, so he tried to fuck with me a little bit and shit. Yeah. So I'm not gonna totally shit on him.
I'm gonna give him that.
And he's a decent rapper and everything. You know what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, it's like, you didn't make that music for us necessarily. I don't want to get in shit on him too hard, but you know what I'm saying. Making that shit for them white girls in North Dakota.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. Get it how you live. Like, by all means, get your bag, get your money.
But I'm an MC. I'm a microphone controller. I'm a master of the ceremony. So it's like two different things.
I'll never be mad at somebody for getting the bag.
No, me neither.
That's cool.
Definitely.
Good for you. I'm glad.
But yeah, definitely.
And my biggest knock on Prof had been that he doesn't reach back.
It would be tight if we seen him around Patterhorn or something. But
yeah. He won't. Especially now. Pinky's up now.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Some shit.
He's on his way.
That's
cool.
Hey, we wouldn't even know.
Keep rapping for the South Side, though.
Yeah, but watch out. Be careful with that Cancer Big Zach name, though.
Where did he diss him at? In a song?
I don't know. I don't listen to that shit.
I don't either.
You feel me?
Okay. All right. Well, so we should wrap. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could do this finally.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to hear it. Actually, I learned a lot today. A whole lot.
That's what I was
Those
hoping.
are my favorite
I was hoping to drop a little bit of jewels.
You definitely did.
Yeah, because it's just an age difference thing a little bit.
Sure.
I started really young, so when I was super young, but
I mean, we're probably close in age.
I'm 36 years old now.
I'm 37.
I did my first song when I'm 12.
I'm 37, but I haven't been doing this for as long as you.
Yeah,
so you got
the whole time.
You're way more ingrained in this than I am. Yeah. I've only been around for
I've seen everything from the whole jump. Yeah. I would like to say shout out to Tony Bones and Big Wiz. Like, they brought me around. I want to tell a cool Long Doe story.
Please do.
There's 1 million of them, though.
I know there are. Give us your best Long Doe story.
Shit. I mean, like, one time we went to New York, you know what I'm saying? And, like, it used to be super hard to get weed in New York. So so I did it. I brought the shit out there for all of us, kind of. And, man, Tony Bones had a motherfucking pound. I never seen a pound of hash. But this is not wax. Wax wasn't
a brick.
Yeah.
Because that shit is bricked
and it
up.
had a heart stamped in it. He had the whole pound in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And, like, shit. They used to have in Seward, they used to have a crib called the Long Doe Mansion. I used to wake up naked. They used to kick me. I wake up naked next to a fat girl. I used to be like, Martyr, what the fuck? You know, there's too many stories, but I appreciate what they did for me at a young age.
For
and
sure.
Hopefully we did it. I mean, it was a mutual thing.
And before we go, actually, you told me that acid, LSD, changed your life.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Tell me that before we go.
I would love to get into that. All right, sweet. So, like, yeah. So I grew up as a struggle kid, you know what I'm saying? From hip-hop, Long Doe. Man, I used to be quiet, smoking a blunt, looking at fools crazy, like making sure everything was going good. But so I produced an album for Manifesto called Southside Looking In. From that, he had a friend named Axel Foley. Mm-hmm. Axel Foley is one of the most legendary kids I've ever met, like in psychedelics.
Manifesto, too.
Yeah, man, he's good as dude, for sure.
Yeah.
But Axel is way more dynamic.
For sure.
I mean, not to put one down the other, but me and Axel became best friends. Yeah. Axel was a festival kid. So he loved hip-hop, but also he knew he was sneaking in festivals at 15 years old. He knew everything about every psychedelic drug you can imagine. I did acid one time when I was 15 at a hotel party, and I watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And that's why my shit's called Hidden Corner Store. It wasn't going to be Crouching Tiger, Hidden Corner Store, but anyway, so, man, they flipped my lid. Also, Zach also did acid and shit at festivals. But I guess I would like to say it's to all the hood dudes and whatever like that, because that's how I came up. Man, acid gives you some shit like a breakthrough, everybody calls it. This might be a secret, a hippie community secret, but everyone knows about it.
Takes down walls.
It takes down walls and self-confidence, shit that you had your whole life. Mm-hmm. It makes it go away. And it makes you understand yourself more on this planet. So LSD and acid, like the We Made History Baby shit, I don't know if you can see it, but like, so right there, I did that. I started doing albums in one day, and I just had more confidence in myself. And I remember the exact breakthrough on acid. I'm at a festival. I'm looking up at the clouds in the sky. It's the nicest day ever. There's a whole crowd of people over there, and I'm kind of sad. I'm thinking about problems in my life. I looked up at the sky. I said, Mike, you's a motherfucking player, homie. It was like my conscience saying this to me, and I'm tripping balls. Yeah. I said, you stupid motherfucker. Go crack some jokes, you funny motherfucker. Because I used to say jokes in my head, but now I just bust them, and acid gave me a breakthrough that made me more social, and I appreciate acid and LSD super hard.
That's great.
It might have been one of the best things in my life that I ever did.
That's great, and I've definitely heard all of this.
But I don't do it a lot no more. Like, you get what you need out of it at the time. You know, I take it when it's important. Now.
You ever done ayahuasca?
No.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Me too. I want to try everything once except the bad ones. You feel me?
Yeah, I think I need to do that. I've heard too many good things about it. I need to go do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do it with I'm gonna go do it with a real shaman though. Like,
that's the only way.
Somewhere in a jungle.
If anyone ever offers you ayahuasca,
not here. No, sir. For sure. No, there ain't none of that shit here is real. It's not. You're not gonna get the right experience.
No,
for sure. I definitely want to go to
it's like DMT.
I want to go to like Bolivia.
So DMT is supposed to be like, you weren't supposed to be able to buy DMT.
Right.
At my understanding, you had to either trade someone for it or they love you enough to give it to you. Right when DMT hit the hood, I'm like, oh hell no, DMT's in the hood.
I watched my little brother do DMT once, and he didn't know who he was for a flat, solid minute.
For sure.
And
I probably done TMT 20, 30, 40 times.
I need a shaman. I need somebody to guide or something like that. I need to know.
Yes, do it the right way. Yeah. From the tradition. When I buy acid now, you get it from the old man, the oldest man that you can find.
That's where you go?
Or with long hair, the long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Longer the hair, better acid?
Yeah.
Yes. That's good right there. I like that. So normally we end the episode with a segment called Give 'em Some Game.
Okay.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I would just like to shout out Mujah. One thing that I think we didn't touch on, the thing that really got me popping in the city is just God Kissed It, Devil Missed It. When me and Mujah became friends, I produced that for him. Yep. And that's when I really kind of came up a little bit.
Yeah, Mujah.
So just to shout out Mujah, God Kissed It, Devil Missed It. Has he
come
come up here yet?
Not here.
Oh,
I did an interview on the Wiseman.
Wiseman,
show. A whole lot of that was a fun episode.
For sure.
He's a wild guy.
We're little Raw Villa babies. Rest in peace, Dodie Fi.
Yeah, for sure. So
rest in peace, my man Timon, who just.
So we normally end the episodes with the give him some game segment. I feel like you've given a lot of game already, but I'm sure you got at least one final piece of game.
Just in general?
Just I'd say for the young artists that are watching this. Especially coming from you, somebody that's really waded through all the mud.
Yeah.
Give him some game, man.
All right, well, check this out. I mean, like.
Do acid. That's it.
No. Nah, if you just start out doing acid, you're fucked.
All right.
Are you talking about making music?
Anything, yeah.
Well, I guess let's just talk about making music here. And if you have to really, you have to know what you want to do. You know, I dedicated my life to this at one time. I had it hard. I didn't have shit else going for me. People told me I could freestyle and shit, like pretty girls and a couple of my homies. I'm like, shit, that's the only thing anyone said I was good at other than basketball shit. So, like, understand if you really want to do this or not, then you dedicate yourself to it. It's not a fucking joke. It's real. You know what I'm saying? We put our lives. I've lost many friends to this. I got friends in jail. Put your whole life into it if you really want to do it. The second thing I would say, like, go out to shows. I know the shows aren't the same how they used to be because quarantine, but hit people up, network, just talk to people, smoke them out. Like, be a player, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't be no bitch-ass dude. Be a player and try to make people happy where you go around. You know what I'm saying? And treat everybody respectfully. Here it goes. Respect will get you everything you ever dreamt.
Well said.
That's the dude right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike the Martyr. Where can they find you at?
Hey, find me in the hood, homie. On the north side and the lows, on the south side, catch me in the wind, fool.
What about social media? Or don't you care about
Mike the Martyr.
Everywhere Mike the Martyr.
MIKETHEMARTYR. Yo, also here goes. Check this out. If you're dope at all, anybody, I got you on a free beat. If you're from Minneapolis, St. Paul, hit me up. I got you on a free beat if you're dope.
What if they're from Inver Grove Heights?
They gotta pay.
All right, bet. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
All right, another episode of Live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1.
Thank you, homie. This was awesome.
No, that was great, man. I appreciate you, Mike the Martyr. We're out.
All right, peace.
That was great.
Try Bishop.
Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on P&B, right, that ain't he come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then wanna come talk it out. If you ain't talking money, you talking about.